Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. So, one of the things that I mentioned last time in my last daily reflections was one of a narration from the book Kamal ad-Din. And the narration it's a long narration. I would just talk about one aspect of this narration because I want to re-emphasize this because this goes directly with the topic I want to cover today. And the part of the narration was Allah sends down rain due to us and extends his bounties. The treasures of the earth are surfaced due to us. If the earth would not find an imam from us upon it, it would destabilize and get destroyed along with what is on it. So, dear listener, just think about this narration for a second. Everything that happens on this earth, everything that comes, all the blessings of Allah are because of the Imams of the Ahl-e-Bait AS. Now, when you listen to this narration, when you listen to this concept, it's a very difficult concept to comprehend because how does it even make sense? So, let me take you and give you the explanation from the Quran itself. And then I'll give you an explanation and link it to a sermon given by the second Imam and by other Imams, which corroborate or support this narration. So in Surah Al-Maidah, which we all know because this is the surah in which verse 67 says, Ya ayyuha rasul balligh ma unzila alayk, which is linked to the verse where Allah Ta'ala is asking the Prophet to go and comment or to convey the message of Ghadeer on Ghadeer, at Ghadeer, about the wilaya of Ali ibn Abi Talib alayhi salam. So the two verses before this verse talk about a very interesting thing. Allah Ta'ala says, had the people of the book only been faithful and mindful of Allah, we would have certainly absolved them of their sins and admitted them into the gardens of bliss. And had they observed the Torah and Gospel and what we had revealed to them from their Lord, they would have been overwhelmed with provisions from above and below, treasures from the skies and earth. And some among them are upright, yet many of them are nothing but evil. So think about these two verses. In these two verses, Allah Ta'ala is talking about the blessings that Allah would have revealed or bestowed upon the people of the book, the Torah, the Injil, not talking about Muslims. But right after talking about these two big nations, Allah Ta'ala in the next verse says, Ya ayyuhar rasul balligh ma unzila ilayk, meaning whatever message was given to by Allah to the Prophet had Muslims. So basically, that message would have had the same consequence if Muslims had followed the message that the Prophet had brought at that time. Muslims would have gotten the same type of benefit, the same type of blessings that Allah had promised to the people of the prior books had they followed the message of Allah. They did not follow the message, but what was the message that was given to the Muslims? It was about the wilaya of Ali ibn Abi Talib alayhi salam. It was about the message that Quran and Ahl Bayt are together. They have to be taken together. They will never become apart. And that was the message that was ignored by Muslims. Had Muslims accepted that message, they would have had amazing reward. And that these two verses, along with the verse 67 of Surah Al-Maidah, combine this with the narration that I just mentioned, where the Imam is saying that because of us, Allah Ta'ala reveals and bestows the blessings on this earth. So, had the Muslims, had the humanity accepted the Imams, they would have had blessings like no other. But how would that happen? That cannot happen. Why would that happen? Why would Shaitan let that happen? Why would people with ego, with hasad, with other things let that happen? To let a household of the Prophet be superior than everyone else because they had their power struggle to witness. And no one believed in that. Now, I want to highlight that this was not the only time that the Imam said that. This is a consistent message being shared by different Imams on different times. That's why I believe that this is true, and this is the key that Muslims ignored.